welcome! Today's topic is how I had a successful studying abroad experience. These are the things that I had in mind when I was in the US studying abroad. Before going to each sections, it is really important that you be creative and self-disciplined in terms of English study. Creative by meaning you're the only one who knows where you are. You know your strengths and you know your weaknesses. You're the only one who can tell yourself what to do, what not to do, what's important, what's not important for you specifically. Self-disciplined. Studying abroad experience, there are a lot of phases where you feel so homesick, you're tired of English, you're fed up with English, you just want to use Japanese, you just want to talk to your friends from Japan, your family, you just give up on English. Now you have internet. Even though back in time where I was in the US, there are so many Japanese students. If I just give up on trying to speak English, I just can talk to them instead. So you have to be self-disciplined enough that, okay, I'm here for English studies, so I will use my every second for English study, and I'm not gonna give up. So you have to be self-disciplined in terms of not give up and keep trying, keep studying. Okay? So let's get to it. The first element is use only English. Please do use only English. When I was in US, I told my friends from Japan, do not send me any text in Japanese. If you ever need to say something, if you need anything, please say that in Japanese. And I told that to my parents. I told my mom, I told my dad too. My dad cannot speak English at all, but I told them too. I told them that I do not want to touch, I do not want to see, I do not want to hear Japanese while I'm there. And my friends and my parents are supportive enough to use English when they contacted me. But it's really important that you use only English. You do not let your brain go back to Japanese. You tell your brain, you curse your brain by saying, the only language you can use now is English. No other language is allowed. There even no exists any other language. English is the only language that we have in this world. So just get used to it. So it's really important that you use only English. Second element is have friends who are supportive of your English study. If you're first learning English, you would be very nervous to speak English in front of people. You don't want to make mistakes, you don't want to embarrass yourself. So it's really important to have friends who are supportive enough for you to still listen to you even though you make mistakes in English. Luckily, I had my host family with me. I had my friends who corrected my English whenever I make grammar mistakes, whenever I make pronunciation mistakes. There are a lot of nice people out there. So if you keep trying to talk to them and then find nice enough, kind enough people who would be willing to wait for you, who would still want to hang out with you even though you're not completely fluent in English. Probably you can ask them, hey, I'm still a learner. If I ever make a mistake, please correct it. That helps me a lot. I made tons of mistakes on R and L sounds. I could never pronounce marshmallow, but now I can. So it's really important that you have your own support team of English study that you can feel free to make mistakes in front of them and then they're kind enough to correct the mistake for you. Third element is keep studying on vocabulary. When you are having conversation in English, a lot of times you would encounter new vocabularies, words that you don't know. And a lot of time you just don't understand it or can't catch it, but just let it go, let it slip. But do not let new vocabulary slip out of your hand. Take a note, and then when you go back, look them up and make sure you look them up in English. All the words. Also, you make sure that you use that in your conversation. Maybe for your next conversation with them, maybe next day in school, try to use that word. Try to attain that word as your vocabulary, which is really important. So these are really important key elements on how you have a successful time in studying abroad, how to make the most of your studying abroad experience. Okay, see ya.